I'm here, gentlemen. I got my computer facing because I'm not set up on the desk or anything. So a lot of you guys are still up. No, there's 12 people in here. Yeah, we just put we put one of the kids to bed. My son, he's autistic, so he doesn't really care about all that, but we let my little girl stay up to watch fireworks and stuff. No, you're not going to be able to see me. I have my camera. I'm trying to figure out how to turn your camera off. I'm doing YouTube live through YouTube, not through a Hangout. It's all in here. Happy New Year to everybody out there. Appreciate it, Billy. Appreciate that comment. Steve the Plumber, I appreciate that. Trevor Deal, I believe. Yeah, look, man, that's a long story. I'm not here to talk about that. Yeah, I'm not. That particular individual that started all that, he is more than welcome to continue to do whatever he wants to do. But I am not worried about him or the other one. So that's on them. No. I know what you mean, Trevor. But thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Brad, I hate to hear that, man. I've seen the fires going on over there. If anybody knows how to turn your webcam off through YouTube Live, I would greatly appreciate your help. I see where you can mute the microphone, but I do not see where you can turn your webcam off. Okay, Joel. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad you clarified California, because I was going to ask you where in Louisiana you were located. I know it's kind of late, and there's probably not, there's only 17 people in here. I usually get a good bunch of people, but I just kind of want to come on and say Happy New Year. But, Billy, I am a Milwaukee man myself. So, Milwaukee's the way I go. Steve, the plumber, I've never tried the Vito TP4B. I used to have the regular TP4, but I've never had the B, the one with the bottom on it. I do want to try it out though. And I've been talking to my person at Vito. Vito is sending me a bag. The Tech MCT to try out. And then after I do that review on the bag, they will send me the TP4B. So there'll be some reviews coming on that. Is that because of the fires, Brad? Thank you for that comment, Scandy. I guess that's how you say your name. No, Steve, the plumber, I don't have any of the drill bags. I don't have none of the drill bags. Well, Brad, with all those fires in California, y'all should be pretty busy, huh? I mean, I know it's not in a good way, but like if these houses burnt, are they just completely rebuilding? Or are they stripping some of them like down to the studs and starting over? I mean, I know that might be a stupid question. I mean, obviously if a house catches on fire, you can't really save it, I guess, but I don't know, if your company does new construction or if you own a company or work for somebody, but I mean, I would imagine y'all would be staying pretty busy if people are rebuilding this quickly. I don't know. I'm just asking a question. Well, Billy, I don't know if a lot of you guys understand the reason I don't have my own company anymore is because my wife and I have 2 children, a daughter and a son, and our son is autistic. And back home where where we're from and where I had the company, I'm sorry, I had a brain fart. There's no good places for him to get therapy for his autism. So we moved to Lafayette, Louisiana, which is about an hour away from where I lived. And we found one place there that we thought was going to do the job, but it didn't. So his pediatrician recommended this place in Baton Rouge. So we now live right outside of Baton Rouge, and this is all for him. I mean, You know, Baton Rouge is a big ass city. I mean, of course, we live on the outskirts, but still, we did it for him. So that's why I'm working for somebody else. But to answer your question, there's things I miss and there's things I don't miss. What I don't miss is the business side of things. You know, the business, the paperwork. I don't miss that part. I do enjoy working for somebody. It's pretty nice because it gives me more time with my family. But, you know, there's pros and cons to both. Thank you, Steve the Plumber. I appreciate that. Tito M7. Oh, yeah, duct cleaning. Okay, okay. What's up, Gary? Happy New Year. Do you flow? Yes, I do flow nitrogen while brazing. No, I'm not drunk. Happy New Year, Dan. Hey, hey, G off. I get. I probably butchered your name. I'm good. I know who you are. I've seen you comment on my videos, and I've seen you in some of the other chats. I'm doing good. How about you? Happy New Year. Duct cleaning. Does it work? I've never done it, but I would imagine that it would if somebody does it right. I know there's a lot of scams out there where these duct cleaning companies go when they, you know, say, well, you can pull it up on YouTube. Like you can pull up HVAC scams and duct cleaning scams with Dateline with old, shit, what's his name? Chris Hansen. They do these sting operations where they catch HV, you know, where they hire legitimate companies in the area that have been in the area for a really long time to come create a small problem with the air conditioning and like just barely pulling the disconnect out. And then these guys come in there and tell them there's all kind of shit wrong with the AC when there's not, because they have these other legit companies check the unit. It's pretty fun to watch. Just type it in on YouTube, HVAC scams, and you'll see it. But anyway, talking about duct cleaning, there's a lot of duct cleaning scams. For one of them, there's a duct cleaning with that Chris Hansen does. These two guys come in there and they absolutely do nothing. Like they just go in the house and just fiddle fart around down in the basement. And he goes and gets a square piece of metal off the truck and screws it to the return duct, because that's how they would patch it. Normally they would cut a hole in the duct and then run their brush in there and clean it and then put a patch over it. Well, he just screwed a piece of square sheet metal over it to make it look like a patch when he had never even cut a hole. And it was all on hidden camera. It was hilarious. Chris Hansen goes down there and, you know, confronts him, and he's like, you didn't do anything. And he goes, what's that piece of metal right there? He goes, oh, that's to cover the hole. That's to cover the hole that I cut to clean your ducting. And Chris was like, you never cut a hole. Oh, yes, I did. So Chris took the patch off and there was no hole. And Chris was like, where's the hole? And you should have just, the look on the guy's face is priceless. Hey, Gary, that's what I'm talking about, man. Frying some deer steak on a fire. That'll work. My face is back here because I'm not set up on my desk. I'm just kind of laid up on the couch doing this. So this is my first time going live through YouTube. I usually go through Google Hangouts, which works with YouTube. And on that application, you can turn your webcam off, but I cannot figure out how to turn my webcam off through YouTube Live because YouTube Live, I mean, on Google Hangouts, you turn your webcam off and it'll just show all of y'all my thumbnail. But I cannot figure out how to do that through YouTube Live. That's something I will have to learn. Alex, I don't know, man. I don't know where you're located. I never been to school for HVAC. I learned from my father. You know, I've been with my father since I'm about 13 years old. So I don't know how easy it would be. I know in Louisiana, there's a lot of companies that don't really, it's hard to get a job over here. Not at all places, at some places with people fresh out of trade school, but I'm not sure, buddy. I don't really know what to tell you there. That's right, Gary. Yeah, there's even been on the duct cleaning, like your blower motor and wheel. Hey, Oscar, Happy New Year. Is supposed to be part of the cleaning. They're supposed to pull the blower wheel, well, the motor and wheel, the whole housing out and clean that for you. And then where the blower is, if it's a gas furnace, they're supposed to wipe down the inside of the cabinet right there, and they never do that either. I really don't, Steve, the plumber, I really don't use a fluke meter daily. I do have a fluke meter, the 902. The 902 is Fluke's HVAC meter. And then I say recently, it's probably been out about 2 or 3 years now, maybe more than that. I could be wrong. Fluke came out with a 902 FC. The FC stands for Fluke Connect. It's Bluetooth. It'll connect to the app. So the 902 by Fluke is the HVAC meter. But I regularly use the Fieldpiece SC640 is my go-to meter right now. I don't know, Brad, if they put a deodorant in there. Like I said, I've never done it before. I have no clue. How did I celebrate New Year? I sat on my front porch with my family, and we watched fireworks. We watched all the neighbors and people do fireworks. That's what I did. Yeah. The weather is muggy. Oh, Steve the plumber, you're in Canada. Yeah, that's, I imagine it's cold as shit over there. It's not really cold here. It's pretty muggy, rainy. It's been raining like a son of a bitch for the past 3 or 4 days. Oh yeah, Brad, that's right, dude. You're in California, man. It's only 11:30 over there. Yeah, it's 1:30 over here. There you go, G-Hoff. That's a good way to do it. Guys, I'm going to try to start doing these live streams more often, maybe like after I upload 3 or 4 videos. Because HVAC you're in Mexico. That's cool. I will go live and maybe answer some of these comments. Because, you know, and for you guys that watch my videos and comment, I know I say this a lot, but I want to stress it. Just because I don't write you back does not mean I did not read your comment, and it doesn't mean I don't appreciate your comment. Believe me, I've read it. It comes through on my phone and everything. So I have read your comment. It's just sometimes I can't reply. If you go on some videos, you'll see where I did reply. I just had time. I think Chris, the guy that does HVACR videos, he kind of does that. He'll do like a live stream where people can ask him questions about, you know, the videos he's put up that week or whatever. I think I'm going to start doing that. Thank you, HVACM. Mr. Gleisberg, Happy New Year, sir. Good to see you in here. Let me think. Oh, yeah, I know what I was going to say. It's been a little while since I uploaded a video because I've had a lot of time off due to Christmas and New Year's. It's real slow here. So that really hasn't been much to film. But as soon as the holiday's over, I actually don't go back to work till Wednesday. I'm off. I was off today and off tomorrow. So I'll go back to work Wednesday. And once I get back to work and, you know, start running some calls again, then we will, you know, I'll take out the camera. I got me another GoPro. I've had a GoPro a couple times. See, the last one that I had, I lost it. I don't know where it went. I don't know where the damn thing went. So I got another one. I'm going to try it out again. The GoPro's pretty nice when you can strap it to your head. Cause you know, there's a lot of things you can't do with one hand, and you got to turn the camera off and then turn it back on. So I was watching some of my older videos, and when I was using my GoPro, and this got quite a bit of views. People seem to like it. The only thing you got to be careful with it when you have a GoPro is you don't want to let the camera run too long, because it can make editing a bitch, and it'll make a long ass video. I know a lot of the guys like the long videos, but I mean, I don't want to be uploading, you know, 30, 40-minute videos. So, but I'll, I just gotta pay attention to that. No boilers here in Louisiana that I've ever seen. Never seen one before in my life. What exactly are you saying, G off? What it will break. But I'm not going to stay on here too long, guys. I'm at about 27 minutes. So I'm going to shut this off at about 30 minutes. So I'll give you guys about 3 more minutes if you guys have got anything else for me. I just kind of, like I said, wanted to get on here and say Happy New Year. I do like that YouTube Live count shows you how long you've been live. Because sometimes I tend to get on here, especially if I have somebody in here with me, and I'll stay on here for hours. So that way I can see how long I've been on. But I don't want to drag this one out too long. Air handlers and gas furnaces, natural gas-fired furnaces. A little bit of propane here and there out in the country. Steve, I mean, it can get... Oh, I see what you're saying, G off. Okay, appreciate it. Steve, it can get as cold as, I mean, the coldest I think I've ever seen it get here is probably 20, maybe 18 or 19. And that's rare. That doesn't happen often. A normal cold day here is in the 30s, the high 30s, low 40s. You know, we'll get every now and then we'll get a spell where we'll stay in the low 30s for a few days, but that's about it. That's about it. All right, guys, just about another minute, and I'll shut this thing down. I didn't think I'd have much of a chat, but I took a shot. That's funny, Geoff. What is the best unit for the year? Whatever you like, Brad. I know I used to talk a lot of shit about this brand and that brand, but you know what, man? I've learned not to do that no more. I really don't care anymore. You know, you just whatever you like. The only thing I would suggest is stay away from anything with a micro channel. Other than that, they're pretty much all made the same. Yeah, I mean, Train, American Standard, Rude, Rheem, Carrier, Bryan, ICP, Goodman, Amana. It's, even though I'm not a huge fan of Goodman and Amana, but Rheem's a good unit, man. As long as here's my thing. As long as it doesn't have a micro channel, you should be fine. So that's my opinion on equipment. Sell anything you want to sell as long as it doesn't have a micro channel. So I would say stay away from Nordyne because everything is micro channel for them. Gary, I'll try to do that. Happy New Year, Ricky. How long were in business? I don't know the new. I've been in it since I've been following my dad, working with my dad during the summer since I'm 13, 14 years old. And I don't remember how old I was when I started my company. I think I was 21 maybe, I think, something like that. Oh, okay, Steve. American Standard's good stuff, man. American Standard's good stuff. Yeah, Tito, M7. That's right. The installation is what matters. But like I said, I will tell people to stay away from microchannel. If it has a microchannel, I suggest you stay away from it. But yeah, Steve, American Standard is good stuff. You know, Train, same thing as Train, just a different sticker. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get off of here. Happy New Year, and thank y'all for tuning in. And next time, I got to get my desk set up and stuff. So maybe this coming weekend I'll do a hangout or something. If you guys want me to do a hangout, let me know. And I'll get my microphone and stuff set up at my desk so I don't have to sit on the couch and do this. So, all right, guys, thank y'all for tuning in. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope y'all have a great day. Well, later today, I'm going to watch some football. LSU is playing their bowl game. All right, well, yeah, Geoff, we'll do the hangout next this coming up weekend or something. LSU's playing football today at about 1 o'clock, so I'll be watching that, and I'll be watching other ball games. That's my thing, man. I love football. So playoffs starting this coming up weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I don't know where all you guys are from, but go Saints. We are the #1 seed with home field advantage. I think it's going to be a black and gold Super Bowl. So I'll be watching football all day tomorrow, and this coming Saturday and Sunday is wild card weekend. All right, real quick, I'll stay here for a couple more minutes. Who's y'all's NFL team in the playoffs? Let's go. Type it in the chat. Who's y'all's NFL team in the playoffs? Is your team in the playoffs? There you go, Brad. Brad's for the Saints. That's what I like to see. Steve the Plumber says Patriots. No. Tito says Chargers. I tell you what, Tito, the Chargers are looking good, man. They could be dangerous in the playoffs. They really could. Really, really could. Matt, not going to happen, dude, because they'd have to go through us in the dome, and that ain't happening. Sorry, bud. Matt says he's for the Eagles. Foles is going to do it again. That ain't happening. He ain't getting through the Saints in the dome. The Packers are not in the playoffs, Mr. Steve. All right, there you go. Geoff says Happy New Year and Saints for the playoffs. I like it. I do believe that the Saints will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. It is hard to beat New Orleans in that dome. We only lost one game this year in that dome, and it was the first game of the year against Tampa Bay. All the other games, and the other two games, no, we did lose yesterday in the dome Sunday, but that was because they set our first string. So, which I expected to lose that game. All right, there's got to be more people in there. Anybody else real quick want to shout out your NFL team? Is your team in the playoffs? If your team's not in the playoffs, do you have a team that you're rooting for? But yeah, Tito, if you're a Chargers fan, they could be dangerous in the playoffs for sure. They're playing some good football right now. Saints for the Super Bowl. Yep, I agree. I am glad to see that nobody's popped up and said Dallas yet. So, Happy New Year, Fernando. Anybody else real quick? Couple more minutes. I'll end this with if you want to shout out your NFL team. Is your team in the playoffs? If not, who do you think is going to If not, who do you think is going to represent the Super Bowl? Do we have any Super Bowl predictions of who the two teams are going to be in the Super Bowl. That would have been nice if the Giants would have beat Dallas. Absolutely, Brad. We are America's team. Real quick, guys, just a couple more minutes. Gary, the Chargers, man, they could be dangerous. We got any predictions of the Super Bowl game? Who's going to play in the Super Bowl? Any predictions? Who versus who? I think it's going to be the Saints on the NFC. Eric, I want to agree with you, man. I want to say Saints and Chiefs, but the Chiefs, they choke every year in the playoffs. But Patrick Mahomes is a beast, but I don't think they're going to make it to the Super Bowl. Chargers Saints very well could be. I'm going to predict the Patriots and the Saints because Tom Brady's Tom Brady. I think it's going to be New Orleans versus New England in the Super Bowl. Tito says Chargers versus Rams. So you think the Rams are going to beat my Saints, huh? I say New Orleans versus New England. That's my prediction. With a New Orleans win, of course, in the Super Bowl. Yeah, LA versus LA. Yeah, it would have to be the Chargers and the Saints. Yeah, LA versus LA. I'm going with New Orleans and New England. That's my prediction. I think the Chiefs lose their first game, not this coming weekend, but next, like they always do, which would give the Patriots home field advantage throughout the rest. And the Saints have home field advantage. So I'm going to say Saints and New England, New Orleans, Saints and Patriots. That's my prediction. All right, guys, I'm at 39 minutes. So I said I wasn't going to go but 30, but I went an extra 10. I'm going to shut this down at 40 minutes. So anyway, again, Happy New Year. Enjoy your New Year day coming up later today. If you're drinking right now, be careful. Don't drive. Be safe. Also, if you're drinking later in the day today when you're watching football, same thing. Be safe. Don't drive. Have fun, because nobody likes a good cold beer better than old John here. But be safe. So, if you're doing it, be safe. Happy New Year, guys! Thanks for tuning in. Glad to see that some of y'all were actually still awake in here and joined me. I hear you, Geoff. All right, guys. Thank y'all for chatting with me. I appreciate it. Happy New Year and good night.